We'll start with the warm-up for a balancing yin-yang series overlapping the Kabalistic concepts of Chochma, Bina and Da'ad in terms of the knowledge, intellect, and it'll be very exciting. And actually, I Da'ad is knowledge, and to get back to the beginning. Chochma is wisdom, Bina is understanding, and Da'at is knowledge. And we'll show you how this all gets balanced in the right and left parts of the brain. So we'll just start with getting warmed up first. And when we say warmed up, we're manipulating the joints, but also use your mind. Put your mind into the wrists. So it's actually more than just movement, it's moving the energy into the joints because we're looking at it. Now go back the other way. And we are warming up and getting the energy into the wrists. Moving from there into the elbows. Upper arm is, shoulders is still. And I'm just moving my elbow. So my mind is in the elbows. I'm looking at my elbows. And actually where your mind is where the energy flows. Go back the other way. So it's a double benefit of movement and mental exercise. Getting the energy to flow into the elbows and lubricating that joint. And we'll go with one arm and turn and look behind you. But the mind is on the shoulder. Even though we are doing other twists and turns, the emphasis is the shoulder. And we'll reverse it. And the other arm, going behind first. And forward. And with the hips and a really wide circle, even to the right and the left, getting a really good workout of the hip. And go back the other way. Now bringing it down to the knees, and again thinking knee, but bending the knee. Feeling that joint get lubricated. Reverse. Now putting weight on one hand, one knee, foot, and grinding the toe and the ankle, both of them at the same time, and getting that motion of twist. Feel the toes themselves crinkle and get squished and straighten out and squished. And the ankle itself Get it into the complete circle. Back the other way. And switching. So the weight is on one leg, but the other one you really want to grind it. Back the other way. And with the neck, so first we're just going to tuck the chin down and stretch the back of the neck without no bobbing. Just hold it, stretch it. Feel the back of the neck get tight as it stretches. Straight up and then back the other way. Hold it in a position that's stretched as much as possible without bobbing so we don't overflex it. And go forward again. Might feel they can stretch it further because of the second time around. And again, the other way. Chin up into the skies, cranking the back. And straight up and down. Now take the ear down to the shoulder. Don't bring the shoulder up, leave the shoulder down, but bring the ear down, stretching the side of the neck. Feeling that pulling. Relax, straight up and down. Go the other way. Pulling and stretching. One more time the other way. Put the mind into this neck portion. So we warm it up by the motion, and mentally we're bringing the energy into that concentration, into the neck, straight up and down, and then back the other way. Ear down to the shoulder. Straight up and down. Now twisting, hitting as you go around. I want to see who came. Who's with us?
Yeah, I see
Jordan.
Yarden just joined in.
Jordan,
ערב טוב.
shalom aleichem. So we're just getting warmed up now. And you hit yourself in the front and the back flat. Feet are staying flat for now. And hit a different spot each time. Now bring your foot up, your heel up out of the sky and go one way. Swing it and on the toe, heel is up. Heel up, heel up. Hitting a different spot each time. Now relax. And now when we go away and toe up. When we go back, the toe is up. Toe is up. Toe is up. And I face my foot, my toe is up. I face my foot, the toe is up. Backing away from the foot. Now back flat-footed again, swinging the arms without hitting. Fingers open. Slowly rise. Getting it higher and higher. Then above your head like a helicopter. Feeling the twist in the waist and the ankles. Lowering it down. In fingers open. And slowing down. And I'm bringing our hands on to the lower Dantien. With this sequence, it's important. We're going to have a male puts his right hand on the stomach, and then the other one on top, and female puts the left hand on the stomach with the right one on top. For the exercise that we're doing, we're trying to balance a yin and yang situation, and so we want to get into that pose. So just slowing down, and so let me, because or then you came a little late, I want to introduce what we're going to do. It's slightly different than the last sessions, and we're going to be making a balance between right and left and bringing energy into the center of the mind. And I'm going to throw in some Kabalistic terms, very few, but it might be of interest, might be exciting to see that there's some overlap between the two theories. And I'm only going to look at three things. Chochma, which is wisdom. I have to translate it for myself. You might already know it. Binah is understanding, and Da'ad is knowledge. And how we work with these in terms of right and left sides of the brain and getting a balance in order to have some creativity. So first, we're just going to work on a balance of the body. I want to get my right and left centered. And the exercise is we're going to put our hands, feet, shoulder width apart, hands together, with pointing down, and breathing in all the way up. I'll back up so you can see that my hands are straight above the head. And then I breathe out and bringing it down. Get closer so you can see me. Breathing in. Very neutral pressure of the right hand against the left hand. And breathing it down. Breathing out as I breathe. Bring it down. Breathe in. Coming up. Breathing out. Coming down. The most important thing is my hand is making it right up through the center of the body. And we're keeping it in equal pressure of left and right sides of the body. Right now, we're pretty much the whole side of the body is pushing against itself and making a straight line right up the center. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time with just a gentle pressure from one hand against the other, creating a straight line as the arm moves. Now I want you to push as hard as possible, one hand against the other. And the goal here is if one side is stronger than the other, it might push off to the side. And I want to work on this that it won't, that it's pressure as hard as possible as I breathing in, the same pattern, keeping it right on a straight line. Breathing out. Pressing hard. You can feel your whole arm putting pressure one against the other. Breathing out. Press. You might even feel it in the shoulders more than anything else, but also the back. The back muscle is tense because of this pressure. Now my legs are tight. against each other. Even though they're not touching, I feel the whole right side of the body and it's pushing against the left side and creating an equal pressure to make a straight line. We'll do 2 more, pushing as hard as possible, really tight. The whole body is tense. Breathe out as they go down. 1 more time. Feeling that pressure. And they go up and then down. And then now I want to relax. And it's just like whew, I'm falling apart. And I'm just touching my hand almost. They're almost away from each other. They're just touching, barely any pressure, just enough that I know that they're touching each other. Feeling that relaxation of the whole left and right side of the body. Breathing in and just very relaxed after such tension. We'll do 1 more of this. You almost can't even feel one hand against the other, but doing it with single line right up the center. The right side is the Chochma, is getting a balance with the Binah. Now, as they come up to the center, I want to push away and bring energy from around the back of me and come up, palms up, and make a T. So now in this T, I want to try to bring energy. You stay in the T. I'm going to bring energy from the lower part of the body up into my brain. This is what I've balanced myself. But now I want to come down, follow me down, and put the back of your hands together and bring it right up the center again with the back of the hand instead of the palms. And come up and around. So I breathe in, touching the back, bringing it up to the brains and up out of the top of the body, palms up as they breathe out. Both hands are making this swoosh. Breathing in, coming up. Breathing out, I make a fountain out of the top of my head as it continues to go out of the body. Slight pressure from back hand to the hand, breathing in, and as it comes up, out the top of the head. A fountain or a flower blooming. It comes up and blooms. Right now, this spring, the bloom of the flowers in the garden. Breathing in and blooming as we breathe out. 1 more time at this speed. It's a nice, gentle breathing in and breathe out as it blooms. Now I want to do a forceful up. Then breathe in fast, and it's like an explosion, and then slowly come down. Breathe in with an explosion and down. And when I'm bringing this energy up from the center and the lower up into the brain, up and slow. Palms back of the hands, fast and then slow. Up and then down. Breathe in and then out. I'm thinking of the flower blooming and then relaxing. Breathing up and down. I've taken this energy from the lower Dantien, bringing it up into the brain to balance it out. one more time. I just want to see who's with us. Oh, you've got two. You have a right and a left, don't you? All right, one last time, fast, and then down. And now as I come back, palms together, come up, push away again, bring the energy from both the right and the left, palms up and open. I want to have a marble, a little round ball on each hand. So to show that my hand is perfectly flat, both hands are perfectly flat. If I turn my hand in, the marble's going to drop off. I want to make that flat arm open, and that's opening my shoulders, opening it up. If I'm like this, I'm hunched over, only open. And what am I going to do in this position? Breathe in and twist back. Breathe out, come front and center. Breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out, making sure your hands are flat so we don't drop the marble. And this is twisting, is really actually opening. Twist, open the vessels throughout the body so that I can create a center. My goal is balancing this yin, the right side, the Chochma, with the yang, which is the Binah. One more time. And also a little characteristic. Also, the yin, the male, is the right side in our philosophy, and the yang is the left side, female. And how we're bringing this into the Kabalistic concepts is that the male side of the body will create this wisdom. Let's say that we just have facts, wisdom, knowledge, numbers. The creation of numbers is just wisdom. But once I take that wisdom and I plant it into the left side, the male plants it into the female side, then we have creativity. You can take those numbers and put them into a mathematical formula and create something with it. Grow something, just like planting a seed in the ground. The male seed goes into the ground, into the female portion of the earth, and then a plant will grow. And that's, we have to have the balance of that. Now, as we continue talking, as we then the next part of the exercise is come up and bring down and compact that energy into a center column, bringing all that energy in, down to the earth. The seed is planted, and now I bring it up and coming up into this flower again. But now the flower is coming all the way down from the earth. So I brought it up, planted, palms down, planted it down, straight all the way down to the earth. Collect it, and bring it up through the chamber, up through the center of the body. As the tree grows, the flower opens up again. Now it's a tree. It's not just the flower. Breathing in, down, through this. Actually, let's put the back of the hands together, and if this was a chamber here, it's gonna make this chamber wider. As I then bring up the energy up through that cylinder, that tube, coming back up. And the key here is that I've got equal amounts of my Chochma and Binah coming down into the center line and then growing it up. Now that center is the Da'ad, is now the creativity of myself. So that creativity could be, if you're an artist, bring it in, take all the knowledge of colors and shapes, put them in to the pot, onto the easel, and then come back up with some creative picture. Or I want to bring the clay, the solidness, and then the artist brings the clay into the female of the creativity part, and then I came up with a new design, something brand new that no one ever did. So that's the da'at, is the new creativity of the knowledge that was fed into the system, into my mind. And it's all in the mind. So that's why we brought it up into the mind at the beginning to create all of this. And it only happens with the balance of the right and the left. If all I had was more and more and more paint, it would be just a bucket of paint, would be all brown, and nothing to it. So I have too much right, too much mayo, too much paint, and it went nowhere. Just created this blob of brown. But when I have an equal balance of the creativity, then I have something to work with, the knowledge of what to do with the paint, then create a beautiful painting or a beautiful piece of work. And now, we come up, we relax, and we want one last balancing of right and left, and that's the concept that the right side of the brain controls the left side of the body. The left side of the brain controls the right side of the body. So I want to lift up my left knee, touch it with my right hand. Lift up the right knee, touch it with my left hand. And this takes sometimes a little balancing. That right at the beginning, that might be difficult. I can't mentally think from one side and move the other. Now maybe do it with your elbow. Make it a little more difficult. Balancing yin and yang, not just physical, but mental. I have to tell my brain, use right and left sides of the body. Maybe even more difficult. Stretch out. Right hand, right fingers, left toes, opposite. If you can't do the extreme level, then you can stay with the elbows and knees, or even just the hand. Whatever you're able to do, you push yourself a little. And if you need to hold a chair to do it, that's okay. You can do that too. Mix it up on your own. Now we bring our hands, again, male, right hand, female, left hand onto the center. And breathing in down into the lower Dantien, through the nostrils, down the lungs, follow it. Follow the breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and out. And in and out. To slow yourself down, breathing in and out. Now dropping your hands, fingers open, just relaxing, flat-footed, feet shoulder width apart. Tuck the chin down just a little to point the top of the head up and pushing the tail down. So I'm going to stretch my spine as I just stand in as soft as a position, knees slightly bent, not bent like this, but not straight up and down. Just so relax, relax. Breathing in and out. And now think about the whole body as you're breathing here. There's no right or wrong method, but maybe start at the head and just think. Forehead, eyes, nose, chin. Follow the whole body all the way down. Shoulders, elbows, the waist, and hips, down the legs, knees, and ankles and toes. And then follow it back up. And as you follow it back up, I won't say the words, so you'll be at your speed of following up. Each one has to be more relaxed than the other, each stop that you make. Think of that point on the body, but just relax it. Have it just as limp, as soft as possible. Breathing in through the nose. And see if you can look at your right side and your left side, and each side is equal. If there's any tension, breathing in and out, blow into the area that might have some tension. And at this stage, if one is practicing on their own, you can do this for a half an hour. It wouldn't be hard. We don't have that luxury in the class, but it's building you up to the ability to be so relaxed and so balanced from one side to the other that you can use this, and emphasizing only in the brain part with this exercise if you're to do the meditation, and looking at the actual words of Chochma on the right and Binah on the left. The Chochma gives the ideas to the Binah, plants the seed, then has the creativity, and then the Da'ad, if it's all balanced, then the Da'ad runs from there. That's where all of your creativity is. This is when an exercise you can do if you have to do a presentation, for instance. Get into a meditative state to try to grow a concept that you want to be able to explain to someone else. You have the knowledge, you have the creativity. Now you want to put it into new words to give it over to others, that new piece. Before we were making a piece of art. Now you make a poem or a presentation or health. The Da'at becomes your pure, balanced state of creation, helping within the health of the body. So let you think about that for a minute also now. I'm not going to do 10, 15, 20 minutes. Just see what it feels like. Take an idea from one side of the brain to the other and then balance it in the center to create something new. A mental picture, a song. A song, you have the notes, the knowledge of what the notes sound like, and a new song coming out. So now we can bring ourselves back to the center again. We really worked a lot with the upper Dantien to use all these thought patterns, but the center of total energy in the body is the lower Dantien as the center of the full body Dantien. I'm going to bring it down just by holding the lower Dantien. As I breathe in, I'm going to expand. Breathe out, I shrink. Integrating all the knowledge as I breathe in, placing it there like a library. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out as I shrink. And then relaxing. And that's where I want to end it. Let me just put it on